Well, hey everybody, we are live here in the Your Beautiful Self Inside and Out group. I'm
Hello,
Shelly,
hello.
and I
And
have my gorgeous hostess with the mostest, Miss Leanne. So, what are we going to talk
uh,
about today, Leanne?
well, first of all, I am so happy to be here. And if you are driving home, why are you looking at Facebook? That's what I want to ask. But otherwise, just
She's
encouraging. It's
judging you
like,
people, what she's doing.
yes, if you're taking public transportation, that's one thing. So wear your mask. But here's what I wanted to talk about. So we like to do Business Wednesday, okay, or Biz on Whiz. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Um, and so a lot of you, I'm getting the feeling that several of you out in our beautiful group of beautiful women have your own businesses and run them very well. And the question that I posed earlier this week was about being enough, because that is something that I tend to hear a lot in personal development groups and coaching sessions. People are saying, you are enough. And I can almost remember the first time I ever heard it many years ago, but just thinking that it sounded kind of odd. It was not something that people really said a whole lot, but then you just hear it more and more and more. And I got a lot of feedback, a lot of different kind of answers when I asked, what does it mean to be enough? So, Shelly, I'm just going to place it in your lap. What does it mean to you when someone says, hey, you're enough, or are you enough?
Oh gosh, that's hard. That's hard because we're always looking to our weaknesses and never really playing on our strengths. So it's so easy to be super negative about ourselves. So thanks for putting me on the spot. So I'm
No
going to
problem.
no problem. I'm going to defer for a moment and remind our viewers that if you would like to leave a comment live, click on that little link up on our Facebook post here, and it will let you show your name so you don't show up as Facebook user.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be enough? Um, I think for me, I have a hard time accepting me as I am. Like everything, warts and as I say, warts and all. So I think
Yeah.
for me, being enough would I would strive to fully accept who I am,
Hmm.
good, bad,
Hmm.
indifferent, whatever. So
Yes.
I think that's my answer,
That's
Leanne.
a good one. That's a great
I,
answer. Thank you very much. Also,
yeah.
reminding, if you're watching this now, if you could put hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. That way we know who's doing when. And if this is something that you deal with, if you are very confident that you are enough, or if you struggle, like I do from time to time, and maybe most of us do, I don't know. But I do think it comes, I hate to use the word trauma, but yes, sometimes it comes from past
Hmm.
traumas. So many different things, so many different messages that we receive. And when it came, that was one of the reasons when Shelly asked me to join her in this business. I didn't even allow myself time to overthink it, because I know that's one of my weaknesses, I guess, is that I tend to overthink it. So I just went ahead and said yes, whatever it is. Yes, I'm in. Count me in. Because if I don't, then my mind immediately starts telling me why I'm not enough. And believe me, it's had a heyday ever since I told her yes. Every single day, something comes up where it's like, oh, well, I don't know enough. I don't know enough people. I don't know enough about the computers. I don't know enough technology. I don't know enough about the wonderful products we sell. There's always something. And the good news is, first of all, you're never going to know it all, right? There's always something else to learn. And that's good news. Just jump in there with both feet. I have on my wall, my personal page, my cover photo now has a quote from Tina Fey. and it just says, say yes now and you'll figure it out later. And
Oh,
I
I
love
love
that.
that.
Yeah.
That was when I came back from Colorado. I sort of, I didn't have like I had to scrounge around and like, do some stuff to pay the bills. But I was then hired by Doug Pitt, name dropping, the other Pitt brother.
There you
You don't
go.
know that story? It's down below somewhere in the comments. Anyway, um, so he owned a company, co-owned a company with a friend of mine, um, and they provided they built websites for RV owner companies. So like companies that sold RVs, they built the website for them, and they wanted me to come in and do copy, do some Google ads, Google Analytics, a bunch of stuff. I didn't know shit about shit. I was just like nothing, you know. So I'm like, sure, I'll do it. But and so it was that whole attitude of um, I don't really know, but I can learn. And it was like when I was an event coordinator at the bed and breakfast. So the point of this long-winded rant is that it gave me confidence because I was able to learn these things. And I think that's one of the really great things about this business that we're in together, Leanne, is that you and me, but when you talk about you feeling, you're not enough with technology and whatever, you're going to learn that stuff,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
translates into I can do this. I am enough.
Yes, absolutely. And I have found that one of the best ways to learn is to find other people that are one step ahead of you. They don't have to be 10,000 steps ahead of you. Just find someone that's just a little ahead of you. And you catch up with them, and then you find somebody else. And then, and you can just learn as you go. But personally, when you're asking yourself, but I don't feel like I'm not enough in this relationship. If that's the case and you have tried to do all the head work, and to talk yourself out of it, it may just be time to cut those ties. I mean, just being honest. That was kind of where I found myself at a point. Um, but that there's, it's so easy to say you are enough, right? Okay, sure. But you are. But when you have all this trauma in your background, um, you might need some professional assistance. Is that how you feel, Shelley? That you may need some to assist you?
Yeah, yeah. We've talked about red light stories in the past. Those
Yeah.
stories of fear that we flip into green light stories, and red light stories are basically I'm not enough.
Hmm.
But I do agree. If you are, because we're not therapists, we don't even play one on Facebook. So if you've got some trauma from your life, whether it's abuse as a child or an abusive relationship as an adult, or post-traumatic stress syndrome from you know whatever violent
Hmm.
crimes or whatever, um, you do need to deal with that first,
Hmm.
because that's going to always be an underlying issue for many, I believe.
Hmm.
um, but on the less heady part of it, it's a mindset shift. So you can say, instead of saying I am not enough, you just tell yourself you're enough. You
Hmm.
are, because you tell yourself I am not enough and you believe it. So why can you not tell yourself I am enough and believe that too? So you're
Hmm.
developing these new neuroplastic, little rivers in your brain that's going to give you a different mindset. Um, and negative begets negative, and positive begets positive.
Hmm.
So,
All day long. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, so yeah, start telling yourself those positive messages. You are enough even when you don't feel like it. And I have the work that I've done on my mind and my thoughts. That's one thing that I enjoy so much, is I'm now the place where I start recognizing when I tell myself, well, I don't
mhm.
feel like, look, I'll catch myself and go, wait a minute. First of all, that's just a feeling,
Yeah.
and you can feel something else. you know.
Yeah.
But I think in our society, we're so often just taught that, okay, well, if you feel bad, you're going to have a bad day. That's just how it is. You know, this is how I can't help how I remember hearing that so much. I can't help how I feel, you know, and that's not true. You
Oh,
can help how you feel because it's going to matter what are you thinking? What thoughts are going through your
yeah.
brain
Oh,
decide
now
how you feel. Are you still with me, Shelly?
I'm afraid.
I think Shelly got stuck, which means I might get stuck here too because I can't turn off the live. So maybe she'll hop back in. We'll see. But comment if you can, if you're able to comment through Facebook and let us know what fears you're facing, what you're going through when you say, I just don't feel like I'm enough. Do I know enough? Do I have enough to do what I want to do? Because it is not too late. No matter how old you are, no matter what stage of life you're in, it is not too late to start and try something new because you are most certainly enough. All right, that's for sure. All right, so Shelly just got off. I don't know if I can sign off or not, but we'll see. So we'll see. But I hope you have a fantastic day, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Let's see if I can get out of here.